Hi, I'm Charles with AniCap. The story begins as a group of demons terrorize a small village. The villagers stand no chance at defending themselves and can only hide. Just then, a flying dragon is spotted in the sky, and a man explains that he has sought power ever since he was a child. He was convinced that as long as he had power, nothing could be taken from him. As he speaks, the man uses a technique that takes out all the demons. However, one still remains, but that one is devoured by the dragon. The man then explains that he got the power that he had always wanted. He summoned powerful Ayakashi monsters to be his servants, and became the strongest in every sense of the word. However, on that very night, he reveals that it was the end of history's strongest exorcist. He states that his students were taken as hostages, and it was all because he sought out too much power. Now he has lost everything. As he dies, the man explains to his student that everything is fine, and it's not her fault. He then thinks about how the imperial court is full of cowards for sending his favorite student after him. He states that he lacked cunning, but will do better next time. He begins a spell and explains that he will start all over and try one more time. However, this time he won't fail, not in his next life. Sometime later, a man recites an incantation and asks that he be shown the power that the child before him possesses. The spell is successful, but one of the boys watching laughs as he didn't think what he just witnessed was possible. None of the element stones on the magic circle are shining, which means the ritual is over and the boy named Saikyou lacks any magical power at all. The man expresses his disappointment and the other boys mock Saikyou for being an embarrassment. In this world, humans and demons coexist and magic is real. We then listen as Saikyou explains to us that the Lampridge clan is an important clan of mages and he was reborn as its third son. He explains that his new body has no magic power at all, but it's not a problem since it has incredible spiritual power. Later, Saikyou thinks about how paper is too valuable, so he will try something by using leaves. After a quick incantation, the boy controls the leaves and states that his leaf shikigami are complete as they turn into animals. His brother Glee rudely asks what he is up to and becomes upset when Saikyou doesn't address him as sir. Glee attempts to bully his brother, but the crows protect him, and Saikyou realizes he might have been too hard on his brother. The eldest brother named Ruffed arrives to see if they're both okay, and Saikyou thinks about how Ruffed was right to be suspicious since the crows only attacked Glee. He then explains that he has sent his shikigami out so that he can gather information about this new world. Afterwards, Saikyou turns 7 years old, but no one acknowledges him, and he assumes it's because his mother was his father's mistress. Later, Saikyou works on his paper forms and is greeted by a maid named Yifa, who has brought his jacket that Glee threw out. Glee arrives to call the girl a slave, and mocks Saikyou for not being able to go to a magic academy like him since he can't use magic. Ladonia Magic Academy is a very famous school, but Glee explains that Saikyou's only hope is going to the army. Their father arrives to take Glee to study magic, and Saikyou asks if he could come along. Outside, the eldest brother goes first, reciting an incantation and releasing a powerful wind attack. Glee is next to say an incantation and sends out a fireball. He then asks Saikyou to try since their father is watching. The eldest brother asks that Glee stop taunting the youngest, but is surprised when Saikyou agrees to try. Saikyou then thinks about how he swore a vow to not seek power or to become stronger, and would rather not reveal his spells there. However, he can't stand to watch the strong attempt to exploit the weak, and begins a spell. His technique is masterful and results in an amazing fire and earth attack. Everyone is shocked by the blue fireball that he created without an incantation, and Glee thinks it happened because he left some power in the wand. However, their father explains that there are cases of people who are able to use magic without being born with it, and it is said that the nature of their magic can cause the flame to change color. Saikyou asks if he could learn magic as well, but his father denies him since there are no stories of mages born without magic becoming great successes. It's pointless to teach him, but he does decide to give him a tutor like his brothers have. Saikyou would then go on to learn as much about the world as he could, as his father watched him closely. The days and months then pass, and Saikyou states that he has now just turned 11 years old. He explains that in his past life, he had defeated and sealed many powerful Ayakashi, and then forced them to serve him in battle. He points out that seal is just a word to describe how he sends them to another world. He is unsure of what will happen in this world though, so his first Ayakashi will be his least threatening. After saying some words, he attempts to summon something, but when a girl appears, he is unsure if it worked, and states how something feels different. The girl is ecstatic to see him, and the two point out how much younger she is now compared to their old world. They assume that it's due to the state of Saikyou's spiritual power at the moment, or the influence of the new world. Saikyou explains that he was just testing things out and prepares to send her back, but she states that she is sick of the other plane and would like to hide with him instead. Later, Glee scolds Yifa for spilling water on him and plans to teach her a lesson. Saikyou hears the encounter though and explains that he has business with Yifa. Glee can't stand to see his brother stand up to him, but backs off and calls Saikyou a loser as he warns him to watch his back. Yifa then takes him to a wounded monster and asks if he thinks he can save it. Saikyou states that he will give it a try as he pretends to be shy and asks Yifa to look away so he can concentrate. When she's not looking, Saikyou performs some magic and heals the creature, but she realizes that he must be able to use healing magic. Yifa points out how amazing he is, but Saikyou says that he knows she is amazing too, and shocks her when he reveals how he knows she can see things others can't. She tries to deny it, but he states that he has seen her eyes follow the spirits of animals several times. Yifa realizes that he can see them as well, but Saikyou says that he knows she can see even more than that. She was told by her mother never to tell anyone, but Saikyou has discovered her secret, so she tells him about the elementals. They gather around magic, but things belonging to Saikyou, like his jacket, are different. The elementals are extremely attracted to his things, but don't gather around him, and are seemingly trying to avoid him. Saikyou wonders if she can control them, but she explains that she only managed to do it once, when she yelled at them. Saikyou is glad to hear she can control them, and thinks about how he was never able to do it in his old life. He had looked for someone with that ability with no luck, but is surprised to see that he has found someone like that so soon in his new life. Saikyou wonders if she has any interest in using magic, and she does, but Yifa explains that she doesn't have enough magical power in her to cast spells. He states that magical power isn't important and summons what he calls a Hirorama so that she can try and make it disappear. After a few failed attempts at nicely asking it to go away, she yells at it and it disappears. Saikyou realizes she isn't strong enough just yet, but is definitely worth making an ally, and asks that she let him train her once in a while. Days would then pass as they train together, and we rejoin the story on the day Saikyou turns 12 years old. Unlike his brothers, Saikyou doesn't receive a feast or any presents, and his father isn't even there. He is later approached by Glee, who explains that he will help Saikyou train. His mother was a mistress, so he can't be an heir, and he has no magic, so Saikyou's only hope is to join the army. Ruffed explains that the general is teaching them to fight with swords, and they want to train Saikyou. However, just then, the brothers are informed of a large monster that has appeared near the city. Their father drove it away with fire magic, but there is a chance that it is headed straight towards them. Saikyou senses it approaching just before it arrives, and Glee runs for his life, as it is a fearsome beast. Ruff tells everyone to take shelter deep in the mansion and asks that Saikyou go with them, but is shocked to find that his younger brother is headed outside. Outside the mansion, Yifa is being attacked by the beast, and Saikyou is too late to save her, but he's surprised to see the Hirorama rescue her. They don't have a will of their own, so this means she must have controlled it herself. Saikyou then taunts the beast into following him, and as everyone watches, uses an exceptionally powerful magic attack to take out the giant beast. He states that the taming is complete since he used a poison that is harmless to humans, but extremely effective against lizards. Everyone is shocked to see how easily Saikyou defeated the powerful monster with just one attack, and now realize how exceptional he really is. Saikyou accepts the adoration and thinks how everything is going just as he had hoped, as he remembers the vow he made to be cunning in his next life. Thanks for watching part 1, future parts will be in a pinned comment below.